Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Jeff with Helper Geeks. Today I wanted to show you a video of some of the new features in the Messages app on iOS. These came out with iOS 10. And a lot of people right out of the gate are unfamiliar with them and don't know how to use them. I know I've helped a few people at least kind of figure out some of the different features and what you can do with them and how you can use them. So I just wanted to do a quick video to show you to make it easier for you as well. Basically, we'll just do a couple test messages here in the Messages app. I'll just send one to myself so I don't bother people while I'm doing this video. And so basically you go into the Messages app, you pick a person that you're going to send a message to just like you always would. And let's just type the word test here. You have to type something in there to get some of the effects to work. So the first thing that I wanted to show you was you can now do a little more interaction with the send button, the little up arrow. If you force touch that, let me just do it again to show you. If you push in a little bit harder on that up arrow, you get some options and it says send with effect. So right off the bat, you can make your send bubble do some effects. So like, let me just cycle through them here. I'll hit slam. So that would be how it would send if you send it with slam effect. Loud, kind of jumps out at you. Gentle. Sort of it starts small and rests, kind of weird. And then invisible ink, where it kind of is faded and fizzled at first, and then it comes in kind of slowly, actually. That's a strange one. But anyway, those are some of the effects that you can just send a regular text with. So kind of neat, kind of different. But then there's some cooler ones. If you go up here to screen, you can send something with balloons. So obviously if you're saying happy birthday, happy graduation, happy anniversary, something like that, cool. You can send it with balloons, and when you send that to somebody who's also using iOS iMessages, they'll get that little effect when the text comes up, so it's kind of neat. And that's important to note. You can only use this effect between iPhone users using iMessage. If you try to send that in a text to somebody on a completely different platform in a regular text message, they're not going to see it. And here you see there's multiple options, so you can cycle through them. There's confetti. Kind of similar to balloons, celebration. There's a big heart. There's some laser beams. Fireworks. And I believe that even makes a sound when you send it, if I'm not mistaken. There's a little shooting star. And some fireworks or celebration style stuff as well. So those are the ones that if you force touch on that send button will bring up those options. And let me just send one to show you. So yeah, if you can hear that, there's some sound that goes with it too. So I sent it to myself, so I got it twice because it shows it to you when you send it to someone, and then when you receive it on the other end, it also comes up with that effect for them. And on the user end who gets the text, they can replay it. After a while, you can't replay it anymore. I think it probably takes up space, so that's why it's not infinite. But let's try it again and do a new message to myself again. And another new option is the little heart with two fingers. Let's click on that. So this one's a little more weird and honestly a little more tricky to figure out because they don't really tell you up front. But you could just draw if you wanted to and send it that way. You could, and again, that's what the user will see on the other end. Same thing. You could also, if you push this little arrow down here, it gives you all the different kind of, if you push this little arrow down here, it brings up a bigger set. But what you can do is you can also touch the different effects that they show on the side here, like drawing, tap, etc. It cycles through them continuously. If you touch that, it shows you what each one is. So sketch is draw with one finger, which is the one I just did, because that's the simplest one. Tap, you tap with one finger, it just does a little tap effect, will show them all. Fireball, you press longer with one finger. Kiss, two fingers. Heartbeat, tap and hold, and then heartbreak, kind of sad, but tap and hold and drag down. And I'll show you each one so you can kind of see how I do it. So let's go back and try each one through in order. So I'll do a tap. That sends a little burst to someone. And by the way, you click on that little color wheel on the side and you get different color options. So I can do it again. You have a little bit of time, so you can do it more than once. so I can send a bunch of them to myself. I don't normally send these to myself, but that's just what I'm doing for this. The fireball, you just kind of push in harder. Oops, sorry, I'm drawing at the same time there, so that wasn't really working. Let me do it again. So yeah, fireball is if you just put your finger down and hold. It kind of comes up. That one's kind of neat. The kiss, sorry, I had to remember which one's which. The kiss would be just, you know, that. And like I was saying before, you can do a bigger version. So say you're writing something. I'm kind of going backwards here, but if you're writing something, it might be kind of nice to go into the bigger screen, just so you can see it a little better. And it's kind of cool because when you send it, it comes out and types it the same way that you did when on the receiving person's end. Okay, let's go back. A heart. Oops, sorry. A heart is if you hold down 2 fingers. Let me do that again. Heartbeat, I guess is what they call it. And then the sad one, a heartbreak, little heart, and then it falls apart. So those are some of the other kind of fancy new effect style ones that they let you send. And like I said, you know, you can draw all over it, send something, some kind of silly drawing. The drawing one, it won't. You have to actually hit the send button. The rest of them, they send automatically after a few seconds. Then we also have, and this might be a little more intuitive for people, but you now have an app store built within the messages. So, you know, a lot of them, I think the first one that comes up for me is Giphy, or Jiffy, Giphy. There's always controversy on how to say that. I say GIF, so we're going to say Giphy. That's the first one that comes up for me, which is animated GIFs. So you can see some of them moving around right here. Here's Bart. If I send that, that'll be exactly what sends to the other person is an animated GIF. But there's other things. If you push that button, and you can install some, you can see some that I've installed. So there's a store, and I'll show you that in a second. But Images is already built in. Recents is built in. Giphy, I don't remember if that's built in, but it's one of the popular ones on the store. A lot of your apps have stuff built in. I haven't even looked at a lot of these. There's different stickers. I downloaded a bacon one. There's a lot of stuff. You can play with these, you know, as you see fit. I don't want to go over every one because there's so many. But if you go into that store, there's it basically is a little miniature app store built into your Messages app. And so there's a lot of them. March Madness, right now it's March Madness. There's Disney stickers. I'll show you some of the stickers that I already have. We'll go with tried and true bacon. So a lot of them are animated too. Some of them aren't, but I can send that. It's a little animated sticker. Hit send. Let me show you again. If you touch it, you can also add a comment. So that's bacon. Hooray. Add a little comment to it. There you go. I'm in my keyboard now. If you want to go back to it, you just hit the little arrow. And, you know, that's basically how that works. It's kind of a nice little extra feature. Giphy is one of my favorites because it actually hooks up to the Giphy website, which is a cool little website with a bunch of animated GIFs. And it automatically puts it into your messaging app, which just makes it convenient. You can also swipe through here. As you can see, it'll go through some of the different apps that I was showing you on that app store, stickers and whatnot. That's another cool one. And then last but not least, sorry, let me get back to the message itself here. You can actually react to previous messages. So if I just don't force touch, but just press and hold like you would anything else, be careful not to force touch. And you can actually react to the message that someone sent you. So I got that from someone. Let's say I want to react, haha, funny. So it puts a little haha on there. Kind of neat. Or I want to react to one of my own. You can do it on yourself also. What the heck is he doing? So something like that. And look, like I said, it looks a little weird. You're seeing the gray and the blue because I'm sending these messages to myself. But it would look slightly different. The way you would do it would be exactly the same. It would just look slightly different on the user's end and your end. So that's just a basic overview of some of the kind of nice new features that you can use in Messages. So please subscribe. Share with your friends. Give us comments and feedback so we can help you out. Questions, let us know. Let us know what else you'd like to see on here as well. Thanks for watching Helper Geeks.